Hello guys and welcome back. We're here with another unboxing of the Kingdom Death expansions. This time we're doing the Lonely Tree. Okay, I'll be totally honest, I opened this one already because I got excited whilst I was waiting for Spidicules to upload. But you get the idea. Okay, so we have exactly the same as before. We have a big box. This was full of packing peanuts. This is two expansions worth of packing peanuts, so they are well insulated, so that's good. And obviously we had, just as before, the main components, the cards and stuff in there, the storybook. There's no actual terrain in here. I'm not sure if I'm missing it, but we will see in just a second, I suppose. Okay, so what do we have? Well, we have our minis, as you can imagine. We have a little divider, which is still in its packet. We have some cards, which may or may not have been read by me already. And we have a snazzy book. Okay, just as before, it's kind of thinly done. There's a number of people talking about spiral bounding these. I definitely think that would be a good idea. As before, my greasy hands. I've washed my hands, but whatever. It doesn't like sweat, it would seem. Whatever. What a lovely image. Anyway, Lonely Tree. This is the book, just as before. Tons and tons of spoilers, so please do watch this at your own risk. So the Lonely Tree, blah 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 blah. You got the story, you got the little thing. So the sprues, AI cards, a hunt location, one terrain card. So it doesn't look like you actually do get terrain, sort of chits, as it were. That's a descriptive card. The only thing which I thought was interesting, all of this is, I suppose, interesting. Again, you can pause it as you see fit. Now this is interesting. You can keep the original terrain tile underneath the miniature in case you need to move it out of the way for a roosting phoenix. So one of the questions a lot of people are asking is, are we going to be able to put our phoenix on top of the tree? It doesn't look like you can, which is a shame, but logistically, I suppose it kind of makes sense. So anyway, here's the Lonely Lady. Now, this is one of my favourite things. I don't know if it's ongoing, but they seem to have, like, the intro story for every single expansion. So you've got lovely art, just as before. Again, don't look if you don't want to see the spoilers. Okay, but I think we all knew about the Lonely Woman, or whatever her name was. Okay, they're having a baby, isn't it nice? And then terrible things happen. Because, you know, it's Kingdom Death. Then we move on to the settlement. Oh, hang on, no, there's a little bit more. I'm just trying to do it fast, so if anyone wants to pause the screen, you can. And there's the lady, and I think she's turning into a tree. Okay, now the showdown, it looks like it's a Nemesis monster, but spoiler alert, I've looked at the cards and it's not. Okay, so you got some aftermath, you got some different fruits that you can have. Cooking gives you super hair. Yeah, I don't know about that. And that's it, really. Okay, so got the Lanternier, that's going to determine the level, which is kind of cool. But yeah, you've got tall grass, you've got other things. Okay, these tiles cannot be activated. I don't know what that means. I guess that means you can't hide it in the grass. Who knows? Okay, so yeah, that's the idea there. You get to go first. Not really sure how that one's going to work, but whatever. So that's the book. Let's get into the minis, because again, that's what most people are interested in. Well, personally, I'm more interested in the AI cards and stuff. I do like the look of this. God knows how I'm going to make it. Perhaps I'll have to pay a more miniature inclined person to make this, but whatever. So, it looks like the first thing we have is a nudie lady. So it's her back with a nice bottom. Her boobs don't seem to be there, which is a little weird, but whatever. That's the nudie lady. So yeah, go figure. So I'm guessing that's the Lonely Lady or some such. Then we've got the Whomping Willow, aka the Lonely Tree. Some suitably nasty looking stuff. I think this is the fruit. I thought that you didn't get terrain for it, but it looks like it might be that you did actually, and actually they put 3D things on, which would actually be incredibly cool if that is the case. This is really cool. Really cool. Look at the detail, like, you can't really see it, but you got skulls there. This is a really cool miniature. The leaves are all individually done. Yeah, this is a seriously cool mini. I don't really even like minis that much. You've got all these things to hang off of the tree. That's the base. Look at that. That is so cool. My my camera's picking up all of these people as potential faces. I guess that's the bottom. Yeah, that looks like it's the bottom. Okay, and then you've got some leaves. Lots of leaves. Yeah, so that is the Lonely Tree mini. I don't know how that's going to get put together, but I'm sure it will be fine. There's a base for the Illuminated Lady, or whatever her name is. I don't think it is actually the Illuminated Lady, but who knows. Lonely Tree, there you go. So this is already weird. Toughness 11, 1 legendary card, 3 advanced, 6 basic, bare fruit, impenetrable trunk. The impulse is to instinctive growth. This is cool. They undulate and swell. Any survivor not adjacent to another survivor gains 1 bleeding token and is knocked down. Nasty. Shuffle the hit location deck and place the trap on top. Nasty. I haven't looked at the trap, but that's bad. Not sure how this works. Closest threat, closest survivor, no threat, germinate. Obviously, it's a tree, its movement is 0. I'm guessing these are not ranged attacks, but they are quite nasty. 3 speed, 3 accuracy, 2 damage for level 1 is not nothing. And then bears fruit. This is the thing which I think is going to be interesting. You've got the Object of Desire. I'm not sure if this is going to be a thing. So this is an event, okay, and I haven't read how it goes in, but this is what spawns the Lonely Tree. Add Lonely Tree to the showdown setup on roll on the table. I think that means you're going to have that instead of something. So this is your terrain tile. So Lonely Tree, monster, impassable, indestructible. Set up the showdown. If you haven't watched Spidicules, that's level. So level 1 would be 1, level 2 would be 2, so on. Fruits impassable, occupy 1 space. Lonely Fruit, monster fruit. I think there's a typo on that as well. They get any nightmare fruit on the board. Some things, lots of moods. Grass whistle, heavy boughs. Sprouted thorns, so I suppose they're just all moved together. Handed roots, bladed leaf tornado, bladed leaf, seed grenade, lonely feelings. Who knows what that is? And that's cool. Like if you've got a partner, that doesn't happen. That's actually really clever. Cracked skulls, hammer limb. But again, I'm not sure. Does this have range? To me, it wouldn't, but who knows? Blood growth, gather fruit, blood lure, dreamer's fruit, so +1 speed from each fruit from its branches. Does that mean you can hang the fruit on and then take them off? That's so cool. You get this thing called the Fruit of the Drifting Dream. These are nasty. So these are status cards. You got the 4 of them. God knows how they happen, but read this. Weird funnel-shaped flowers sprout along your spine, vaporizing your blood. It's inhaled by surrounding plants. Whenever you move, gain 1 bleeding token. These bleeding tokens cannot be removed. This seems to be like you don't want to get on your own. There's the nightmare fruit. What was the 2 things? I can't remember now. Let me just say. Nightmare fruit and was it lonely fruit? I can't remember. Lonely fruit and monster fruit. That's it. So I think this is the monster fruit, the nightmare fruit. That was the thing which was being flagged earlier. Impenetrable trunk's cool. This monster may only be critically wounded by axes. Absorbing roots. If you're knocked down, they heal the tree. Moving ground. You can't dash. That's bad, guys. Bad news. Bad fruit. There's the monster fruit. So this is why I think it's a terrain that you spawn as part of an event, and then the monster can heal or gain +1 damage. And then these are the AI cards, hit location cards. So the trunk, you've got reflexes. Place an acanthus plant in the attacker's space, then place the attacker in the tall grass furthest from them. 1 bleeding. Weird. Okay, so that's that. Gnarled trunk. Remember, you can only crit if you've got an axe, because you can't chop down a tree with a sword or a whip. So that's that. Thrashing limbs. Minor fruit explosion. So yeah, These, they don't, to me, they don't look as interesting as, say, Spidicules, where each one's kind of interesting. You've got low branch, blood siphon, gnashing vine. Well, I suppose there's enough different, but that's that. Flesh pollination. All fruit on the board explode. All survivors adjacent to nightmare fruit suffer damage 6 and knockback 5. All survivors adjacent to the tree suffer knockback 7. Attackers gain flower funnel status. If they already have it, they gain 3 bleeding tokens. Oh, that is so nasty. Iron bark, super dense. Wound, perform a basic action. So, I can't move these, they're so thick. The quality's so high. Another iron bark. Then you've got your lonely fruit resource. Consume this to see Lonely Lady. I don't think we ran into the Lonely Lady event. Consume this nightmare spurs. Nightmare blood. Nightmare membrane. That's a bit dodgy if you ask me. Drifting dream fruit. To select a dream on the birth of a saviour. So that makes you a saviour, I guess. That's kind of cool, but not that cool for a level 3. The Lonely Lady event, I don't think we had that here, to my knowledge. Maybe you did. Sorry guys, I know this is probably not interesting, I'm just sort of flicking through the book. Ah, there you go, that is the Lonely Lady event. So if you eat that, you have the Lonely Lady event. Maybe that's the way you can hunt the tree. Who knows, it's a mystery. A special showdown with the Lonely Tree. I think that must be the Lonely Tree special showdown. That's how you get those special fruits. So anyway, that is the Lonely Tree expansion. 2 down. There's a load to go. I nearly swore there. Okay, I think we'll do a small one now. Okay, hopefully we found this enjoyable.